Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This one's a long time coming. This is about 6 weeks ago when I was on a trip to Colorado with a friend of mine from South Carolina and then all my Colorado riding buddies. I'm gonna let him go.
Yeah, I weaked it up pretty good for that little second.
I was trying to keep up with you. I was, but I was a little further back because the dust was just like a.
Z drives like a nut. Let me know if you think of another spot. I could do a drone spot.
So this area of the Rio Grande is really beautiful. There are tons of trails out there, all kinds of trails. There's single track, double track, a lot of dirt roads and things like that. So there's quite a bit of variety. This is actually a really cool trail, and I only got a piece of it. I didn't do a lot of video on this trip. It was really weird. I brought all my stuff to do videos. I rode for 6 days out there, and pretty much what you're going to see in this one video on YouTube is everything that I thought was worth it, and I really didn't video stuff. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood. I just don't feel like dealing with it, and I just want to ride and enjoy the scenery. This is a great trail. This runs the creek. It runs. We're heading south right now down along the creek. We're eventually going to get to a point where we're going to turn back east and then back up north on the other side of this ridgeline you see to my left, and we'll head up the mountain. Probably go to close to 12,000 feet before we drop back in again. So again, really nice trail. Lots of really good places to ride out here in the Rio Grande National Forest. You want to go in front? So just kind of interesting information. That bike right in front of me is, I think, a 2012 Husqvarna 300. That bike's had a few owners. It's got a lot of history with us as a group. A friend of ours, Scott, owned that bike for a while. Shout out to you, Scott. Then Craig owned it for a while. Shout out to you, Craig. I rode it for a while I was in between bikes, and now Rich has that bike, and I would guess that bike probably has more hours and more miles on it than any other bike that's out here on this trip. And I'd say my 350 that you saw earlier with all the cool colors, that's Sean riding it. That bike's got, I don't know how many miles, but it's got almost 300 hours on it. So that bike in front of me has been amazing for just about everybody that's ridden it. So the bike I'm riding is a 2020 Husqvarna TX300i. The TPI bike. I've had no issues with this bike. It's been fantastic. I recently did a top end in about 165 hours. I did go and put the South Bay EPM kit on it, and that is a really cool kit to tune your bike with. And I put the medium head on it from TSP, and it works really great. I would highly suggest, if you're doing a top end or doing an upgrade to your bike, going ahead and doing that. But it's really been great for me. It works well. I don't ride my bikes hard. I ride them pretty mellow, so they last a long time. I don't have a lot of issues with them. Again, highly recommend the TSP folks, South Bay motos. One more thing I want to mention about the tune on my bike, because obviously I put a different map on it from TSP. I went from getting maybe 40 miles to a tank to about 70 or 75 miles in the tank. And that's what I was really looking for. The bike had plenty of performance for me. I just was getting crappy mileage out of it. this is on our last day. We actually went to the south side of the areas that we were in. We're headed back to the house right now, so this is really nothing much. It just shows that the area that we're in, they've got some OHV routes around the town so that you can get to and from the trails. If you are at one of the small hotels that are in town, pretty much ride from those. Not to everything, but to most of it. If you're renting a Airbnb, you can do the same. That's what we did, and that's kind of what I'm going to show you here. There's a lot of trails up to my left as I'm going down this one, and you can jump right on the roads behind on the other side of the Rio Grande and ride up to those different trails. Unless you got a super large tank going up to the areas that were in the previous clips, it's probably too far. It's a solid 20 to 25 miles just to get up to those trailheads. So we do trailer up there and park in some high mountain meadows. It's really great. At the end of the day, we come back, have a couple beers, hang out. It's gorgeous scenery. So if you ever get a chance, I would definitely check out the Rio Grande National Forest out here where you're at. Appreciate everybody watching. If you liked it, please click the like button and please subscribe. Thank you.